The princess was so beautiful and gentle that everyone in the kingdom loved her. The king adored his daughter and always gave her everything she wanted. One bright morning, the princess sighed and said, "Father, I'm bored with my old toys. I want something new." The king smiled kindly. "My dear, you are precious to me. I will give you something very special." He opened a golden safe and took out a shining golden ball that glowed like the sun. "Take this ball, my child," said the king. "It was my grandfather's gift to me. Do not lose it." The princess's eyes sparkled with joy. "Thank you, father. You are the best father in the world." She ran to the royal garden and began to play happily, throwing the ball high into the air. The golden ball shone brightly under the sunlight as she laughed and chased it across the garden. Suddenly, the ball slipped from her hands, rolled away, and disappeared into the bushes. When she bent down to look for it, she saw something move: an ugly frog staring at her. "Go away, dirty frog," the princess cried, stepping back in disgust. But the frog spoke softly, "Dear princess, I saw you playing. You are so beautiful. May I be your friend?" The princess laughed loudly. "A friend? You are a frog. I can't play with something so ugly." "I can hop, I can jump, and I can swim," said the frog. "I can even catch your ball if it falls into the water." The princess turned her head proudly. "I would rather play alone than touch a slimy creature like you." Feeling disgusted, she ran back to the castle, leaving the frog behind. The next day, she went out again to play with her golden ball near an old linden tree. "This quiet place is perfect," she said. "That ugly frog will never find me here." She tossed the ball high into the air again, watching it sparkle in the sunlight. But the sun was too bright, the light dazzled her eyes, and the ball slipped from her hand. It rolled to the edge of the well and dropped down with a splash into the deep, dark water. "Oh no, my golden ball," she cried. "It's gone forever." She leaned over the well, but it was so deep she couldn't see the bottom. Tears filled her eyes. As she wept, a small voice called out, "What's wrong, princess? Your tears could melt a heart of stone." She looked around and saw the same ugly frog sitting at the edge of the well. "Oh, it's you again," she sniffed. "My golden ball has fallen into this deep well." "Don't cry," said the frog. "I can help you. But what will you give me if I fetch your ball?" "Anything you want," she said quickly. "My pearls, my jewels, even my golden crown." "I don't want your jewels or your crown," said the frog slowly. "I want you to be my friend, to let me sit beside you, eat from your plate, and sleep in your little bed." The princess frowned. "That's disgusting. But fine. I promise. Just get me my ball back." The frog smiled, disappeared under the water, and after a while, came up with the golden ball. He threw it gently onto the grass. The princess shouted with joy, grabbed it, and ran away. "Wait, take me with you," cried the frog. "I can't run as fast as you." But she ignored him completely and hurried back to the castle. That night, the princess dined happily with her father, forgetting all about the poor frog. But just as she lifted her golden spoon, there came a soft knock at the great door. "Knock, knock, knock." A tiny voice called, "Princess, open the door. It's me, your friend, the frog." The princess froze. Her heart started to race. "Oh no, not him again." The king noticed her pale face. "My child, what troubles you? Is there a giant outside?" She whispered. "No, father, it's just a frog. Yesterday, he fetched my golden ball from the well. I promised to be his friend," she continued, "but I never thought he would come to the palace." The little voice came again. "Princess, you made a promise. Once you have promised, you must keep it." The king spoke gently but firmly. My dear, if you have given your word, you must honor it. Open the door and let your friend in. Reluctantly, the princess walked to the door and opened it. There sat the frog, small and green, looking up at her with big round eyes. You came, croaked the frog. Now, lift me up to sit beside you. The princess hesitated, but her father's serious face left her no choice. She carefully picked him up with 2 fingers and placed him on the table beside her plate. Ah, how wonderful, said the frog. Now we can eat together, like good friends. The princess could hardly swallow her food, but the frog ate with joy and delight. This soup is delicious, said the frog. I've never had such a tasty meal in my life. He finished the bowl and asked for more. The princess's stomach turned, but she said nothing. When the meal was done, the frog wiped his mouth and said cheerfully, I'm tired now. Please, princess, carry me to your room. I want to sleep in your soft silken bed. The princess jumped up in anger. What? In my bed? Never. But the king said sternly, my daughter, remember your promise. A royal must keep her word. The princess's eyes filled with tears, but she dared not argue. She picked up the frog again and carried him upstairs, holding him far from her dress. When they reached her room, she placed him on a chair in the corner. There, stay there all night, she said coldly. I want to sleep alone. The frog croaked, but princess, you promised I could sleep in your bed beside you. Take me up, or I'll tell the king, he warned. The princess grew furious. She grabbed the frog and threw him against the wall with all her strength. Now be quiet, you horrible creature, she shouted. The frog lay still on the floor. He didn't move. He didn't make a sound. The princess stared. Is he dead? Her anger turned to fear. Oh no! What have I done? She whispered. She knelt down, gently touched him, but he was cold as stone. Tears filled her eyes again. Please wake up, little frog. I'm sorry. Please, I didn't mean to hurt you. Crying softly, she lifted him in her hands and kissed him. In that moment, a warm light filled the room. The frog began to move. Before her eyes, he grew taller, his skin shining, and turned into a handsome young man. The princess gasped. Who are you? Where did the frog go? The young man smiled. Don't be afraid. I am the same frog, but now, I am a prince again. The princess stared in wonder. You were a frog? How can that be? The prince bowed slightly. Yes, princess. Let me tell you my story. Once, I was a proud and foolish prince who lived in a great castle near the forest. I loved hunting more than anything. I chased every deer, every rabbit, and every bird I could find. One day, while hunting, I met a woman in the woods, a wood fairy. She stood before me and said, Prince, stop. These animals are not your toys. They are living creatures. But I laughed and said, this forest belongs to me. I can do whatever I want. The fairy's eyes turned bright as fire. She grew taller and her voice became powerful. You arrogant man, she said, you will learn how small you truly are. She raised her hand, and before I could speak, I turned into a tiny green frog. I begged for mercy. I cried, please, forgive me. I'll never hurt another creature again. The fairy said, I see you are sorry, but you must prove you have truly changed. You will stay a frog until you can teach one human to be kind to all living things. I searched for many years, hiding in ponds and wells, waiting for someone who would listen. And then, I met you, the proud princess who hated ugly creatures. At first, you were cruel to me, but your heart has changed. You showed kindness and regret. That broke the curse and made me human again. The princess lowered her eyes, ashamed. "I'm sorry for how I treated you. I was so foolish." The prince smiled gently. "Don't be sad. What matters is that you have learned compassion." He took her hand softly. "Now, dear princess, may I ask you for one last favor?" The princess looked up, surprised. "What is it, my prince?" He said with a warm smile. "Will you marry me?" Without hesitation, the princess nodded. "Yes, I will." The next morning, the king was overjoyed when he saw the handsome prince beside his daughter. The prince explained everything, and the king gladly gave his blessing for their marriage. Soon, the whole kingdom celebrated a grand wedding filled with laughter, music, and joy. Every day after that, the prince and princess fed the animals and cared for the forest together. They planted new trees and taught the people to protect nature with love. One morning, as they walked in the woods, the wood fairy appeared again. She smiled kindly. "You have both proved your hearts are pure and kind. You are no longer just royals, you are guardians of this land." The prince and princess bowed. "Thank you, Fairy Mother. We will always honor your gift." The fairy raised her wand, blessing them with light and peace. "May love and kindness guide you forever," she said, and disappeared among the trees. From that day on, the couple ruled with gentle hearts and wise minds. Their kingdom became the happiest and greenest land in all the world. And so, the Frog Prince and his beloved princess lived happily ever after. The end.